WNBA are not going to be happy with this. That's all I'm going to say. They are absolutely positively not going to be happy with this right here. If you guys don't know, obviously Caitlin Clark is what you call it. She is in the she's going to be in the WNBA as part of a now the executive producer for NBC Sports has basically said, yeah, there's no more relevant players. And it's never going to stop. Caitlin Clark could win 10 rings and they're still going to complain about her not winning in high school. Like, and Caitlin Clark is, the most relevant person in basketball. No, that's racist. And I do think that the likelihood of Caitlin Clark, if the WNBA season doesn't happen.
Look at the body language in that clip to pause. The tight smile, that split-second stare to the side. People keep calling it excitement, but watch closer. That's not celebration. That's irritation. NBC just crossed a line the WNBA has been desperately trying to keep invisible. Here's what everyone's missing. This wasn't just a casual compliment about Caitlin Clark. This was NBC establishing a hierarchy. And when an NBC decision-maker publicly declares Caitlin Clark the most iconic figure in basketball, full stop. No qualifiers. They're doing two powerful things at once. First, they're elevating her to a tier the sport rarely grants in real time. Second, they're quietly telling the world that the biggest gravitational pull in basketball is coming from the league. That's usually treated like an afterthought. But here's why this moment is causing such a firestorm. NBC isn't some random podcast chasing viral clicks. So what does this mean for the future of women's basketball? NBC is a major broadcast partner with serious incentives. Strict messaging, discipline, and corporate language that usually avoids making absolute statements. So when they choose to plant a flag this boldly, they're saying something crystal clear. This is the face that moves audiences, sells, broadcasts, and makes casual fans pay attention. And that's exactly what makes the WNBA so uncomfortable. Here's the tension. The league wants Caitlin Clark to be a star inside their system, not a star who makes their entire system look smaller by comparison. They want growth to feel collective, not concentrated on one person. They want every team, every market, every veteran, every storyline to share the spotlight equally so the league looks durable without any single person holding up the roof. But does the marketplace care about internal balance?
Alyssa Thomas was the reason why people are watching. And by the way, it's not even, people are like, oh, it was the finals about Alyssa Thomas. No. They literally said it wasn't just the playoffs, but our regular season broke records as fans went to watch Alyssa Thomas. Like, that is a statement. That is a statement the WNBA had put out. I have to say that is a statement that they had put out to say that fans came to watch Alyssa Thomas instead of Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese, even if he wants.
But here's the reality. The outside world doesn't care about that internal balance. The outside world follows the magnet. So when NBC publicly crowns Caitlin Clark during an NBA-facing announcement, they're not just promoting her. They're recentering the entire conversation around her in a way the WNBA cannot fully control. And that's when everything starts to unravel.
They're not seen as problematic in the league. But now the executive producer for NBC Sports has basically said, yeah, there's no more relevant player, not only in the women's game. And this should be the biggest duh for the WNBA and the biggest W, that they have basically just said that a player in their league is now, in fact, the most iconic figure in basketball. This is on an NBA post.
Once that happens, every decision starts looking different. Every quote gets interpreted differently. Every reaction becomes a tell. And honestly, the pattern is undeniable. The WNBA spent the entire 2024 season trying to steer the conversation away from the idea that one player is single-handedly driving the league's momentum. Every time the spotlight narrowed on Caitlin Clark, their messaging widened. Every time the numbers pointed in one direction, the public framing tried to spread credit across the whole ecosystem. But can you really fight the numbers?
But at the end of the day, it's what you call it. It's an obvious statement, but they're not going to be happy. You just know it. Like, people are not going to be happy, basically, with, instead of where people should be happy being like, oh my God, people are actually saying that about it.
You could feel that strategy in how the league communicated after the postseason. Instead of feeding the obvious storyline, the official messaging elevated other names and other explanations, as if the league was insisting that attendance spikes and attention surges were about the product as a whole, not the phenomenon at the center of it. The subtext was crystal clear. Do not let the audience believe this is a one-person economy. And that's exactly what makes NBC's comments such a massive problem for them. Because NBC isn't a debate show chasing a viral clip. It's a broadcast partner with real money on the line, real research teams, and real incentive to speak carefully. When someone at that level makes a blunt declaration on an NBA-facing platform, it's not fandom. It's positioning. It's a signal to advertisers, sponsors, and casual viewers about where the attention actually lives. And here's the part people completely miss.